the book of 1 Kings, we read of Elijah's confrontation with the prophets of the sun god Baal or Baal. Upon Mount Carmel, he challenged them to a trial by fire, the God of the Bible against their God. The God that answered by fire, let him be God. It was no contest. While the prophets of Baal did everything they could to produce fire, they had no success. When Elijah called upon the name of the Lord, fire came down and consumed everything. Before the day was over, 450 prophets who had called upon Baal all lay dead by the brook Kishon. That caused quite a stir, for those prophets sat at Jezebel's table, and when she heard about it, she sent a message to Elijah. So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. Those of us familiar with the account know that Elijah escaped and that Jezebel was later eaten by dogs. Now you would think that would put an end to Baal worship, but that is not the case. We don't hear much about it, but 1,000 years later we find Elagabalus, a priest of Baal, ruling the Roman Empire. He brought that worship to Rome when he became emperor. Some 50 years later, treasures from the Palmyrenian temple of Baal was once again brought to Rome when Queen Zenobia was defeated by the Roman emperor Aurelian. Well, that sun god Baal was renamed Sol Invictus, the invincible sun, and many aspects of that pagan worship can still be found today in contemporary Christianity. A Christianity that would attempt to persuade us that the commandments of our Creator, which distinguish Him from other gods, are subject to the interpretation of man. Let's be sure we call on the right God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that the Bible describes as a consuming fire. There is salvation in no other. Earnestly contending for the faith once delivered to the saints, I'm Richard Reeves with Just the Facts.